Yo, what's going on, guys? We got the patch notes. They dropped it a lot earlier than they normally do. It's the 26th. The update's on the 30th. So I feel like they usually drop the patch notes the day before. But they give us they give us the whole weekend. But yo, I'm not complaining. I'm excited for the new patch notes. I kind of skimmed through it. It's a lot of game-changing effects. So not a lot of hero and item balance changes, but a lot of how the game's gonna play out, a lot of that changing. So let's get into the patch notes and see what's been changed. All right, so first off, we got Greystone. You guys know Greystone's gonna be added to the game. From what I've seen in the playtest and like the trial build, he's actually pretty strong. He's gonna be a really good hero when he comes out. So Greystone's gonna be added. Reward distribution. So we're gonna get that 560 Kima is gonna be sent out to you. So if you guys are had an existing account and you know about everyone getting like a trial pass or a progression pass for newer players, the existing players did not get that existing expiration pass. However, though, they are going to give us 560 Kima. It's going to be in your emails, so that will be pretty cool. We can buy some skins. I'm definitely gonna buy the new Greystone skin. That thing is sick. Speaking of the Greystone skin, here it is, man. It looks so good. It's a really good skin. I'm probably gonna buy that. We got the Wraith skin. So these are two new concepts. They're gonna both be heroic. These are two new concepts, not from the OG. We got Greystone. We got the Praying Mantis skin, the Lord of Meadow, Wraith, and then we have the Grux skin. This one is gonna be a rare. This is a part of the OG Paragon. This was in the game already, so it's gonna be a rare. The other two, I believe, are original concepts. That's why they're labeled as the heroic tag. Pretty good skins, man. They're doing an amazing job at skins, of creating their own skins. They're doing a really good job. Hero balance changes. So we got Belica. Belica's got a couple of changes with her. 10 changes, it looks like. Ground collapse. So the knock up, the Q skill, gonna have a little bit more power scaling on it. 0.15 more. The cooldown's gonna be lowered by a second. Commander's Eye, the E skill. The base damage is getting nerfed. On the high end, it's going to be getting nerfed, and then the cooldown is going to be reduced by 2 seconds. It's a really long cooldown. Also, the scaling is going to be decreased by 0.10, so it's 0.55 now to 0.45. So a pretty good nerf to the Commander's Eye. Early game, it's kind of a pain. It's not really that much of an issue, but when it comes to late game, whenever it's zapping multiple people and it's constantly zapping because sometimes you're not prioritizing in the team fight, it can definitely be a pain in the ass. So Commander's Eye is going to be getting nerfed. The right skill, the cooldown is going to be increased by 1 second. It is a pretty low cooldown, so 1 second, 1 more second on that ability. Paralyzing Shot, the ult. So the base damage before 50 to 150, now it's going to be 100 to 200. So the base damage is going to be a little bit higher through all scalings. Paralyzing Shot, damage per target's consumed mana, 0.6, 0.8 to 1. Now it's be 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. Paralyzing Shot, maximum damage proportional to the target's consumed mana. Before, there was no cap. Now, 300, 350 to 400 is going to be the maximum damage. And they're going to add scaling to the shot. So you'll be doing more damage with the more power that you have in your kit. I don't know. I can't tell if this is a nerf or not until we actually see the damage numbers. So max ranks 400 whenever they don't have a lot of mana, and then plus the 8% scaling. Because I know, man, late game you can hit somebody for like 1,000 something damage. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if this is nerf. We actually have to try it and see. Item balances. Energy overflow 2,000 1,500. This item is not purchased very often due to high costs and potential drawbacks. Prices have been brought down the hopes. Yeah, I haven't really been using that item that much. I do use the other potions. I like it better. This one I've never been using this much. This makes you do more damage while also taking more damage. So I don't know about that one. Good agreed. Decrease magical defense to nearby enemy heroes by 15%. Now decreases magical defense to nearby enemy heroes by 20%. Okay, a little buff on that. It's not really picked up that much. Our Holy Relic of Asine, I don't know how to say that. Before it was 31, now it's gonna be 2,900, so a little bit cheaper. Yeah, you don't really pick these items a lot, or like the CC that it provides. It cleanses the CC. I don't think the price tag is going to change. I think the items itself, like the stats, need to be changed for this item to be picked up. I don't know if the price is going to matter too much on that. Emergency rescue unit grants a shield that equals 50% of max hero for 3 seconds if the hero is below 30%. Now it's going to be 20% of max health. Okay, so they increase the buff to 20% of your max health. Make this shield a little bit more appealing. This item was pretty difficult for jungle heroes to utilize properly because their own other items usually reduce the effective max health increasing or don't have health related stats. So the max health scaling for this item has been increased to make it more enticing. So this item gives you 400 health, and then whenever you get below a threshold you get 20% max health, but it also gives you 15% increased power of your overall power. Late game it probably comes out to like 40 power. Depending on all the other power items you have, it could be like 30 to 40 power that this provides. So it's 30, 40 power, 400 health plus a shield. I guess if we really want that shield, it's a really good item. But if you're going strictly just for the, you're trying to get a lot of power online, it's definitely more of like a hybrid build. But we'll see maybe if this shield might be more enticing if you're building heroes with a little bit more tankier on the tankier side. Not really going to get a lot of power because you're building tanky, but you get a bigger shield because of your max health. We'll see. We'll try that one out for sure. Market Stone, 3,500 down to 3,100. This item is really kind of just for Iggy. It's an item that you activate the item and you go immune. You can't do anything. You can't be taking damage. I think it's for like 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds. I can't remember. But it's mainly just an Iggy item. Whenever you get dove, you have your turns, you pop your ult, and then you use this ability. So you're just immune while your ult's going off. Which is wild. This item is busted. Let's see what they did to it. Before, a critical hit increased physical nullification by 20% and attack speed by 25 for 3 seconds. Now, a critical hit increases physical defense nullification by 20% and attack speed by 15. So they only nerfed it by 10%. Yeah, the item's still really good. This wasn't the problem. You could cap pretty easily with this, but in a ranger build, you get other attack speed items anyways. So this isn't a problem. Also, your base stats give you attack speed as you're leveling up, so you'll be getting more attack speed later through the game. The problem is this is really good, 20% nullification, and it's continuous when you keep critting, which late game you're going to be critting a lot, so you're constantly getting the passive. Yeah, I don't think that's good. That's still going to be really good. Buzzer purification effect. Before, 6 level basic attack damage, hero increased power by 8, decreased magic defense by 5, stacks up 5 times. Now we're increasing it by 10. So 2 more power, and everything else is the same. Stacks up 5 times. Possibly. I don't know. It's really good on tick damage heroes. Every time your ability does a tick, then you get a stack. So tick damage heroes are really good. I've seen this a lot on like Shinbi. I don't know. Could be okay. I still think if you really wanted magical defense, just go with Alchema Blaster. That shit's OP. It's really good. Spirit's Armor. 40 power, 30 attack speed, movement speed is 4. Now we're getting tenacity for 20%. So actually not a bad buy for rangers. If you're a ranger and the team is heavy CC, this could be a good pickup. 20% tenacity, if you guys don't know, is cooldown reduction. Oh, no, sorry, not cooldown reduction. CCR reduction, crowd control reduction. So if you get hit with CC, any kind of crowd control, Decker Stun, Rampage Rock, anything that like stuns you other than a knockup, this is going to decrease that time by 20%. So this could be valuable for ADCs, for carries. But not could be good. Could be good. The Kima Cannon, 3,100. That was priced on 2,800. This is mainly like the jungler's percent notification. Yeah, the item isn't really bought that often because whenever you're doing damage as a jungler, you're going a damage jungler, you're usually focusing the backline who doesn't have a lot of who isn't tanky. This kind of just is to help you with tanking your targets. Sometimes you'll get this like last item if you like just kind of need an item, but yeah, but they lowered the price, so I guess make it a little easier to pick up. Broken Watch. Recovery 205 to 460 health nearby heroes and TOs for 2.5 seconds. Now 225 to 480 or after 1.5 seconds. So it's going to go off a little quicker and you're going to get a little more health. That's actually pretty good. It's a good support item. Pretty solid support item. Just kind of give you a heal there. Carbon alloy tier 2 item adjustment. The combination for blue heart has changed. Item reworks. Okay, so those are all the balance changes. Now we're to item reworks. Marauder's Watch. Decrease cooldown by 3 for all skills upon successful basic attack on enemy. Now it's going to be skill or basic attack. So anytime you use a skill or a basic attack, you're reducing your other cooldowns by 0.3 seconds. When purchased by jungler heroes, they can use their ultimates more often. Okay, so yeah. I kind of want to try this on Crunch now. It was already pretty like interesting on Crunch because you could just go through your abilities with basic attacks. But now your abilities are going to count as well. So you're going to get more cooldowns. You're going to use more abilities. It's actually might be pretty good on Crunch. We'll try that out. We'll try that build. This item, new item added. This item is really good. This item is really, really good. So you're getting 50 power, 15 pin, 5% movement speed. Upon defeating an enemy hero, you're going to increase your movement speed by 30%. You're going to enter stealth mode for 5 seconds. And, of course, stealth is removed upon hit or successful basic attack. Decrease skill cooldowns by 10%. This is really good for only 2,400 gold. That is cheap. That is the cheapest power item for... just cheapest power item for 50 power, like, and 15 pin, which essentially means more power. This is a really, like, whenever you're jungling now, if you're going a damage jungler, this is probably the item to go to at level 1, or your first item. It's just really, really good. Cheap, great power, movement speed. Really good item. Star's Grace. Well, actually, let's just read the dev comments. Item is intended for physical damage oriented heroes to employ more diverse strategies and solidify their class identity. Yeah, they're just gonna hit hard super early. Really good item. Star's Grace. Stats: magical defense 50, health 300, tenacity 20%. Grants crowd control immunity for 1.5 seconds to the caster and nearby allies upon casting an ultimate. 40-second cooldown. 2850 combination, whatever. This item is intended for heroes whose ultimate is frequently interrupted. This item will be a good option when facing enemies who are magical defense, 300 health, and tenacity. This is probably a good item for like Narbash. You're casting an immunity, AoE immunity on your ult for 1.5 seconds as well to you and your allies. This could be a really good item for Narbash. It is a little on the pricey side for supports, but this it feels like mainly like a support, like a Narbash item. So we got a new item, clock piece. It looks like it's just it's a upgraded item into a bigger item. Same thing with worn gloves. All right, game system adjustments. This is the bigger part. This is the big part of the next patch. So the idea of this next patch is to focus more on laning, more like try to push it more to a MOBA style game is what they're doing with this next patch. So a lot of these game system adjustments are going to be focused towards that. So first, allies base recovery rate adjusted. So before you get 20% per second, now it's going to be 10%. So you're going to take a little bit longer in the fountain, in the base to get your health and mana back. It'll take a little longer, which will make laning, which makes returning to lane a little bit longer. Automatically activates sprint mode when you're entering the ally base. Just low quality, live change there. The jump pad. Jump pad is getting deactivated after 1 minute and 30 in the game starts. However, whenever a big objective spawns, the Prime, the Underling, the Prime Guardian, whenever they spawn, then the jump pad will be activated again, but then it'll go away. So the dev comments, the jump pad activation conditions have been adjusted to change the time it takes for heroes to return to a lane and to serve as a visual indicator when prime monsters have spawned. So again, it's just making it to where it's making it harder to get to lane. That way you can try to focus. That way you want to prioritize your laning. You don't really want to rotate a lot. If you back, it could be cost effective when you back because you're missing farm. The portals have been adjusted. So before it was solo to dual lane, prime spirit to guardian to both buffs, and then outside lane. So now it's gonna be solo lane to prime spirit and dual lane to the underling prime area. All allies and enemies can see the user for 2 seconds after using a portal. So yeah, basically it's going to stop from solo lane ganking into dual lane. Whenever they're pushed up, now you have more chance to respond. So that easy gank that they were getting isn't going to be as effective anymore. But also, whenever prime spawns, solo can get to the spirit a lot quicker to help with that. And also, dual lane can get to the prime underling spawn a little bit quicker as well. So it'll make it easier to rotate for objectives, but be less easier for ganks on the outside lanes. The Shadow Bush. Adjusted Shadow Bush for heroes attacking inside the Shadow Bush are visible. So now in the lane, it's kind of mainly in dual lane when you have people just chilling in that dual lane bush and their range and their basic attacking the minions. Now you get a clear visible where they're at. I think it's like 2 seconds that they're visible. In order to lessen the advantage of the hero at first enters the Shadow Bush mechanics have been adjusted to reveal heroes attacking inside. I think it's 2 seconds. I'm not too sure on that. I think it's what I figured out whenever we're doing the trial build. Discipline underling summon. Added summon animation just to make it easier and more noticeable in the thick of battle. Towers and inhibitors. So they're increasing, they're doing changes to the towers and the inhibs. Added a defense ignore effect to tower attacks. Per stack, it's 5 to 20. Adjusted damage amplification when attacking tower. 100 to 220, now it's 100 to 250. Adjusted inhibitor health. So before it was 7,060 defense, and the respawn was 3,060 defense. Now, inhibitor is going to be 60-50, so a little bit easier to take down the first time. But the respawn is going to be 4,300 health, defense 50. So a little bit more health whenever it respawns. It had become very easy for the leading team to destroy a tower because the structures were relatively weak. The towers have been strengthened to make destroying them more risky. Prime Guardian and Disciplined Underling. Added a decreased damage effect to the Prime based on the number of attackers. There's only one person attacking the Prime. You're doing 50% less damage. 2 attackers are doing 25% less damage. 3 or more attackers, then the no damage he can decrease. So pretty standard. This is really good for like people soloing the buff, the objective. Mainly like Wukong, Chimera, Iggy, those people that are soloing the objectives. It makes it a lot harder for them to do that on the underling, on the Prime Guardian and underling. So that's good. I like that. I don't like the mechanic of someone split pushing while our soloing objectives. This is not really fun overall experience. Especially if it's like Wukong, who's just annoying to deal with. Added a 50% healing reduction debuff upon hit by Prime Guardian, so no more ADCs tanking it. It'd be really hard to lifesteal off of it now. Well, I guess even Chimera and Wukong, of course, as well. Adjusted the health of the Prime Guardian initial spawn 16, now it's 1550. Adjusted the health of the Disciplined Underling 5,000, 6,000, now a little bit healthier for the Underling. Dev comments. Certain heroes have been able to take down the Prime Guardian on their own, and effect have been added to make it more advantageous to attack the Prime Guardian as a team. Okay. Disciplined Underling increased damage taken from Tion's effect is removed. Added a 50% damage boost effect upon taking damage from heroes. So now the Underling, you want to prioritize it as a hero. So no longer is it going to be the minions are going to be doing damage if you let the inhib or if you let the Underling go, it'll do a lot more damage if you're not actually focusing and doing damage to the inhib. or to the underling. The minions aren't gonna do as much damage. They're not gonna take it down. It has to be the heroes. Adjusted the spawn time for the underling. It's 8, respawns every 8 minutes. Now it's 6, respawns every 7 minutes. The Prime Guardian spawns at 20 minutes every 8 minutes. Now it's 18 minutes to every 6 minutes. This is going to increase the pace of the game. The spawn of the large monsters have been adjusted to speed up the pace of the combat. Yeah. So whenever you take like the big objective, or you take an objective, through that like time waiting for the next objective, it's kind of just a lull in the game. Really, you're just running around, really kind of just fighting. So this will make it more impactful to like kind of set up more and have your fights around the objective. Number 9 on the Prime Guardian, adjusting shockwave damage for defeating the Prime Guardian. Before it was 30 to 90% damage. Now it's only going to be 30% true damage only. Applies to towers and inhibs, not the core. So no longer are we doing damage to the core, which is great. It's only going to destroy the towers and the inhibs, but it's only going to be 30% true damage. So it could take a lot of Prime Guardians to knock down towers and inhibs. You can't solely rely on the Guardian to do it anymore. You actually have to go and hit the objective. Got a lot of feedback out just how impactful the shockwave the Prime Guardian defeats can be. The shockwave damage is adjusted and no longer damages the core. Added deactivation effect for tower and inhibs upon defeating Prime Guardian. Deactivates the enemy tower and inhibitor attacks for a set duration after defeating the Prime Guardian. Increase allied heroes damage dealt to towers and inhibitors by 20%. This is awesome. This is good. This is gonna make you go and do the objective itself. So you kill the Prime Guardian. Then you have to group up and go and fight down the towers or the inhibs. It'll be easier because they're going to be deactivated and then take more damage. But rather than the shockwave doing damage itself, you have to go and do it. I like this change. I like this. This is good change. Good change. Okay. Adjusted the health and buffs granted by spirits. Adjusted fire health 580 or 5800 to 550. The buff that Fire Spirit gives you, the magical and physical and magical power scaling, is 4 to 20. Now it's 5 to 25%. So more buff on that. The water health nerfed. The mana recovery, health and mana recovery, water spirit from 2 to 10. Now it's 3 to 15. Adjusted wind spirit health got nerfed again. Movement speed increase and cooldown reduction 3 to 15. Now it's 4 to 20. Man, that is a lot. Attack speed increase 5 to 25. Now it's 4 to 20. Okay, so that attack speed got decreased. Earth's health decreased by a little bit on health. Physical and magical damage increase 5% to 25. Now it's 6 to 30. The buffs gained for defeating Prime Spirits were not very impactful. The values of the springs have been adjusted slightly, increase more importance to the game. So buffs are gonna be better. Adjusted ruler of Spirits health. So Scylla's gonna be a little bit weaker. And the spawn condition ruler of spirits, Scylla. So before, if you guys don't know, I made a video on this, but if you don't know, if one team defeats the spirit 5 times, a new boss appears. We did it. It's pretty awesome. Really great video. If you haven't seen it, go look for it. It's pretty awesome. Maybe I'll link it in the description. It's really, really cool video. But yeah, before it was one team defeats 5 spirits. Now, after one team defeats 3 spirits, ruler of Scylla is going to spawn. And she gives you all the buffs. So even if there's only one type of spirit that's spawning, whenever you kill Spirit Scylla, all of the other you get one buff of every single one. Pretty cool. Pretty cool mechanic there. So now, whenever you kill 3 on that 4th one, you're gonna get that ruler of spirit spawn. Adjusted spawn time of spirits from 6, now it's 5 minutes. Come up be a little bit sooner. Okay, now for Tions. Now the Tions gonna make the laning phase. It's gonna make the laning phase a little more important. So Tions, adjusted spawn time for Tions 30 to 28. They're gonna be spawning a little bit quicker. The movement speed from 16, 6, 10 for solo duo, 6 up out of mid lane. Adjusted super Tion stats 240, magical defense 0. After 200 power is minus 10 magical defense, so make them a little bit easier to kill. Added Super Tion passive skill. Okay. Super Tion. Increase movement speed for all Tions within range 1500 by 6%. Decrease damage taken from all Tions within range 15 100 by 10%. So Super Tion's gonna have a passive skill to give them your other Tion's movement speed and reduce damage. So that'll make the laning like more grouped. So you can actually have a lane if it's not being checked. And if there's a Super Tion in there, it can push down a lane pretty easily with these passives that they have on there. So the gold obtained for defeating the Tions before was 20 gold for melee, 15 for range, 50 for siege. Now it's gonna be 25 gold for this solo and duo lane, 24 gold in the mid. Range is gonna be 21 gold for solo and duo, and it's gonna be 20 in the mid lane. Siege Tions will be 65 gold, and Super Tion is gonna be 30. So a little bit more gold across the board, and more spawn rate of the Tions just to make, again, laning more important. Tion stats have been adjusted to place emphasis on laning. Jungle monsters. So adjust the spawn time, decrease the health of all regular jungler monsters except for the buffs. Adjusted XP upon defeating regular jungle monsters. Adjusted spawn location of certain jungle monsters. The high values of jungle monsters have been reduced to make them faster to clear. The obtainable XP values of defeating them have been also adjusted to make it a little bit easier for the jungler, pretty much. So gold acquisition. Adjusted gold earned from killing an enemy hero from before was 300, now it's 250. Adjusted gold earned per second. So you're gonna get less gold for getting a kill. Adjusted gold earned per second. Before it was 3 gold, now it's 2. So you're gonna be getting less gold every second throughout the game. But they did this because you're getting more gold while laning. Again, they're truly trying to focus on just laning. They're nerfing the damage that you get from killing an enemy hero, because they want you to prioritize laning more than going around just snowballing and trying to get kills. Gold distribution for defeating Ruler or Spirit Scylla. Gold given to the killing hero and nearby allies. Now it's just given to all allies, so everyone's gonna be getting gold. So for defeating the disciplined underling, gold before is gold to all allies. Now it's gold to the killing hero. So the ruler, spirits, everybody gets gold. The underling, only the hero that kills it gets gold. Adjusted gold for killing the disciplined underling is gonna be 80 gold. Adjusted gold for killing Prime Guardian is gonna be 350 now. Adjusted gold distribution for destroying inhibs. Before it was the destroying hero got 550, and then the people participating they split the 550. Now everybody's gonna get split 550. XP acquisition. Adjusted XP for killing enemy hero. Before it was 20, now it's gonna be 12%, so less XP for killing heroes. And then we're getting XP for killing the ruler spirit, and then XP given to the hero that kills the underling. Okay. Improvements. Recommended items change. Recommended items have been changed for all heroes. Matchmaking improvements. Platinum ranked competitive matchmaking now includes gold 3 players. I might need to hop back in rank. We're getting easier matches. If this means we're getting easier matches, I might hop into rank. Upon discipline only, animation effect will present its spawn location, improve visibility. Health bar, upper UI name, display improvements. In the settings menu, players can now change the name that appears above the hero's health bar. UI to warrior name, hero name, or no name. Battle pass mission improvements. Range indicators for some abilities. Improve health bar animation, improve debuff, improve UI for stacking certain heroes. Oh, this is pretty cool. So like for Shinbi, you can see the little dots below her name to show how many stacks she had. Same thing with like Crunch. Improve certain skill range indicators. Okay. Let's see. Effect improvement and an effective background base, message display. Is there anything else that's really important? Oh, this is a good one actually. Skill usability improvements. Improved ultimate skills so they no longer have a cooldown when canceled. That is amazing. That is really good. I never liked the fact that if I was in the process of using my ult and I got CC'd somehow, my ult would just get immediately canceled. Rather than in going off and going on cooldown, I prefer to go on. I prefer the ability to go, like, say if I'm playing Gideon, whatever. I prefer like my ult to go off. Then if I get stunned, then the cooldown happens. But sometimes before even like the animation to do your ult, if you got stunned in that time period, it would just cancel your ult immediately without effectively going off. So I like that change. Really great change. Added indicator when for ultimate skills are ready. Improve the silence effect. The indicator is pretty cool. You actually can see who has ult now. That your portrait is going to be like shiny, and your it's a lot easier to see. Bounty system improvements. Hero kill bounties improve to not fall below a certain gold amount. Enable kill bounties to accumulate over 1,000 gold. Set the maximum gold for killing a hero bounty to 1,000. If the hero has a kill bounty that exceeds 1,000 gold, 1,000 gold will be subtracted from the bounty upon death. If the hero has 2,300, dying once will change your bounty to 1,300. Dying twice will change it to 300. The kill a hero will not earn more per 1,000 per. Okay, so this is helpful with the comeback mechanic. So if someone's fragging, they have a shit ton of gold. If you kill them, you're gonna get, you're gonna get the 1,000 gold, but you can continue. It's not gonna all go away. You can continue killing them to get more gold back in. So it's just a comeback mechanic, really. New system to reduce the bounties of the trailing team added. That's good. So you can like farm some newbie and get the same amount of gold. Improved minimap. Party chat added. Added a new function that can be used to chat with party members while in game. Okay, so not voice chat, but it's just a separate chat for party members only. So you don't have to like talk in the game chat. Competitive rank border is going to be added, improvements to training ground, and then some bug fixes. Yeah, that is it's a lot. I think the meta is going to be changing, the game is going to be changing. We'll see more laning priority. Portals are going to be different. Buffs are going to be different. A lot of game changing. So the heroes and items wasn't like really big changes. It's mainly just to the play of the game, how the meta of the game is going to play. Really, actually, only Bellica got buffed or changed. I didn't really, only one hero got buffed. Yeah, that's it, guys. It's a lot. It's going to be, again, mainly just more game changing, how the game's going to play out. They're trying to focus more on laning phase, make it more MOBA style, rather than running around and just killing and getting like 100 golds, 100 kills in the game, whatever. Like collectively, they're trying to get rid of that, make it to where it's more important to lane and do the objectives, making it more MOBA-like. All right, mate. But that is going to be it for the video. I'll be streaming this. We'll be playing some of the trial build this weekend. If you guys got invited, join my Discord. Let me know, that way we can party up and do some custom games. Leave a comment below what you guys like, dislike about the next patch, and I will hook you guys in the next video. Peace.